గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా, పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా, ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సర్దాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా? మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా.
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन साहब का खेल.
డౌన్లోడ్ ఆహా నౌ.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ గోస్ట్లు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం బడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి 3rd యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TvAsiaTelugu. మీ అందరికీ 3rd యానివర్సరీ శుభాకాంక్షలు.
గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా, పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా, ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సర్దాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా? మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా.
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन साहब का खेल.
డౌన్లోడ్ ఆహా నౌ.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు.
Back to yet another fabulous show with our experts. Talk show with our experts. And Rahul Garu, thank you so much for being here. For all of us who are joining here for the first time, Rahul Garu is a very, very eminent and prominent immigration attorney, and he is our expert on immigration for today. So welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Nitya Garu, for inviting me.
This show has been brought to you by Malabar Jewelers. They've opened a brand new store in Dallas, folks. Do not wait any further. Go with the gold rush and buy yourself the best. I can't wait till I go visit Dallas. The program has been supported by movers.com and AHA OTT platform. You can call our expert on 1-833-882-8872. The number again is 1-833-882-8872. Watch us on Yup TV, Facebook, YouTube, Sling TV, World BB TV, and Dish Network. All right. Now, we've been talking about a different topic, but let's come to the topic for today, Andy. The Citizenship Act 2023's impact on the green card per country quota? Will it become law? So Rahul Garu, first tell us about the Citizenship Act of 2023 and then subsequently about what kind of an impact it's going to have. Does it even address this per country quota? What does it mean for immigrants on the whole? What does it mean for Indian immigrants? And are things going to look up or not? You know, give us a little bit of, information about that.
Practically, if this law going to affect the priority, it will be current for Indians immediately.
Oh.
It removes the per country quota. It does not count the family members. There are a lot of exceptions to the people who have STEM degrees and everything.
Wow.
There are a lot of good things for Indian nationals. STEM degree people doesn't have to go to the dual intent. I mean, there are tons of good things about this one. But there's one thing. I mean, since this is a Telugu show, I want to speak in Telugu. Andi, bundi, halwa, laddu. They all sound very good. Not yet over, don't laugh.
Okay.
You must be hungry. Okay. But will you eat the one which andi, bundi, halwa, laddu? Kakkindi tintava.
You.
What does that mean? It's the one all I ate, I vomited it out. Will you eat it? That bad this bill is. I mean, the chances of this bill getting passed is absolutely nil. I would not even draft a letter to the congressman, senator, and give it to the people to pass it. The reason it's a waste of my time, it's a waste of everybody's time, because this bill, even though it's causing a lot of ripples in the Indian community, wow, this bill is going to be this and that, it has, I don't know if I have to say zero. I never say zero, so I have to say it has less than 1% chance of approval right now. What this Biden administration has to realize is that, hey, you can't get anything done in the Congress. Please, would you understand that you've been in Congress for more than 30 years? You should understand that things won't get in the Congress anymore. You don't have a majority in the, House. The majority in the Senate is very, very, very small. So you're probably, I mean, absolutely razor thin. And you need 60 votes in the Senate. Neither you have in the Senate, nor you have in the House. What are you trying to do? So this is proposed by a congressman. This is proposed by only Democrats. No Republicans have supported it. I don't think so. This is going anywhere. What the administration still needs to do is that, hey, you don't have to go to Congress to not count the family members. You don't have to go to Congress to use the unused green card applications that came in. There are many ways that they can benefit the IT community. Not benefit IT community, it's a benefit the United States to retain the talent in United States by not counting the family members. Is a simple, easy thing that they can do. And utilizing the green cards that were not being used for all these years. This bill is a waste of time of anybody. It's not going to go anywhere. Oh yeah, they have, these people, Congress people have a lot of staff, lawyers, that are paid by the government, and they use them to draft these bills completely in such way that, oh, you are going to go to the people and say, hey, look, Rahul, I proposed this bill. I supported this bill. Yeah, you dumb guy. I know it's not going to go anywhere. I don't tell it in the face, but, when you speak with the congressman, that's what they say. Hey, Rahul, I did propose this one. They're like, yeah, well, you didn't intend this bill to pass. When you intend to bill this pass, you need to have both the parties, at least right now. So that's not going to happen right now. So I would not waste any of my energy on this one. I would focus on not counting the family members. And the second one is utilizing the green cards that are not being used. And if they want, they can do one thing. Anybody whose I-140 is approved for more than 6 months, they can give an employment authorization. Employment authorization is within their hands. Look what Obama did. Up to 1 million people, those people who did not maintain their legal status, but they entered into the United States before 15 years of age, he gave them the employment authorization. That still continues. Even Trump tried to deny those EADs. He couldn't. A lot of governments. So once that EAD starts, that what kind of EADs they do get. I mean, a earthquake happened in Nepal. Okay, do you remember how long ago it was? It was a decade ago. I remember.
Yeah.
Those people are still getting the EAD renewals.
Oh my God. Okay.
Earthquake is gone. They have rebuilt the entire country. People are going and they're even climbing Himalayas right now. Okay. Yet they are still getting the employment authorization. So if they want to favor the IT community so that they retain the people here, the best method would be to give an employment authorization to the people whose I-140 is approved after 6 months, and then they can give an EAD.
Right.
This is not a good effort from the Democrats right now. This is just to say, and there are other provisions giving a lot of undocumented people the green cards too in this provision. So this is a very comprehensive bill, but no support from the other parties. So not going anywhere, Nitya Garu.
Right. So Rahul Garu, like you mentioned that they are trying to at least propose this bill. What else do you think the Democratic Party can do instead of trying bills? What is it that they can actually do to effect this change?
Do what Obama did it in the 7th or 8th year. This Congress is not going to pass anything. How dumb you must be to realize it. Since the time Bush came in, President Bush came in, nothing gets passed in this Congress. Nothing gets passed. So the only way that you can, so there are things that you can do administratively. So what you're trying to do in this bill, try to sort out what you can do it without going to Congress. You want these priority dates to move forward, though. Per country quota to be removed. They're not going to agree for it. What do you do? Well, do one thing, stop counting the family members. You don't have to go to Congress for it. Then the other thing what you can do is give an employment authorization to the people whose I-140 is approved. That's second thing. Third thing they can do is, hey, there are so many unused green cards, almost 400,000 unused green cards. You can give it to them. So that's 400,000 multiplied by 2 because family members said 800,000. Everything will be current. So whatever the bill says, you try to do is administratively without going to Congress. That's my advice to the administration, Democrats. They're in power right now. They have the administration.
Okay, got it, Anil. And sir, anything else to add before we start taking our callers?
No, let's go to the questions.
Okay, all right. Let's take our first caller, please. Okay, caller with number ending in 4626. 4626, we're ready for you now. Hello? Hello? Caller with number ending in 4626. Hello? Yes, sir.
Yeah, hi. I have a question for Rahul.
Go ahead, sir.
Hello. Am
Go ahead,
I
sir.
audible?
Yes, you're audible, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. I just wanted to know what the status on is for the second lottery. Has USCIS already given a confirmation that the second lottery will not happen, or is it going to happen? Because one of my, I was watching another immigration show, and one of the attendees reported that he got a not selected notice in his USCIS portal status.
No, that is not true. The second lottery has not happened yet. Second lottery is not going to happen until June 30th, though. The USCIS already selected a lot more people than what they needed, that is 85,000 H-1Bs. So the second lottery will only happen after June 30th when they don't receive enough applications. Why are we certain at this point of time? I mean, 99% certain, but not 100%, never 100% anytime. Why are we certain that it's going to happen is that we see a lot of people not filing H-1Bs even after getting selected in the lottery. We see a lot of people who got selected multiple times in the H-1B. There are people that I have had consultations with that have applied 18 times in the H-1B, got selected multiple times in those things. So they're not filing any H-1B, zero, because they may be involved in criminal activity if they file H-1B, because we know those jobs are not genuine job opportunities, though. Since the USCIS has published this 90,000 people have applied for 400,000 applications, though, there is a lot of ripple there, and a lot of people are not applying for the H-1B. that got selected in the lottery. So we are expecting a second lottery, but it is not 100% guaranteed. It's not been decided yet. USCIS has not announced anything. No, there is no one who got selected in the second time at this point of time, not to my knowledge. Okay.
The other question I had, thank you, sir. The other question I had was, are we seeing USCIS going after these companies that have colluded or, cheated the lottery system? Are we seeing that happen?
Yes.
Because they haven't given any
Yes,
official
they are.
announcement.
Oh, yes. They don't need to. I am getting consultations every single day. The people who got selected in the lottery and then got their H-1B approved, and now they are going after notice of intent reward. The only problem is they are doing it for the fiscal year of 2023. That means that in 2022, March, April, they got selected. Those are the people they are doing right now prosecution. They are not doing it for this year, which is a problem right now, because they should not allow these people to file the H-1Bs. That's a problem for people like you who did not get selected in the lottery. What will happen is that these stupid fellows, the bad guys who got selected in the lottery, they are approving them. They are revoking them after October 1st. That means that they're technically counted towards the H-1B, but yet for the particular individual, they're not counted towards the H-1B because it was revoked for fraud. So problem is that they're not doing it at the correct time, but they are revoking the H-1Bs that got selected last year. A lot of them. We'll go to the next caller, next person.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling.
One last thing: the ones they got revoked last year, are they putting it back in the cap for this year's second lottery, or gone?
No, they're not. No, they're not. Good question, but they're not.
All right.
Next
Thank you,
person.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Let's take our next caller. All right. Caller with number ending in 0988. 0988. We're ready for you now. Hello.
Hi, Nicha. Hi, Rahul.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
Go ahead, sir.
Actually, my question is, Actually, my son is traveling to India on, next month. So he's on H4 and he's going for a stamping, but he's in 18 years. Is it allowed to go individually for the H4 stamping?
Okay.
And do you need any kind of, authorization for me? Because whether my parents or somebody has to accommodate him, that is the one thing. And second thing is the appointment, the name is wrong. One letter is missing. So will it cause any problem for the biometric? DSL is fine, but only for the appointment.
18-year-old child.
Yes.
18-year-old child going to the appointment, absolutely not a problem. What's his name?
Oh. Sorry? Ajay.
You said there is Ajay.
No, AJ, no, Shanmuka,
Ajay is missing. It says J.
Ajay. Yeah, yes, you are right. A is missing. Yes.
Wait. Is it Ajay or Shanmukha Ajay? Which one is it?
Shanmuka Ajay. And A is missing in that one.
Which
Shanmuka Ajay Tej.
Is
AJAY.
Okay. Now, come on. You changed the name 3 times in 2 minutes. What's his name?
So, AJAY. Yeah, the middle of the A. A is there. J. Again,
okay,
right?
what's his full name, sir? What's his full name, sir?
Shanmuka Ajay Tej Kumar.
So, what's the first name?
Shanmuka. It's a single name. Shanmuka Ajay Tej Kumar is a single name, given name. And the last name is Paurumuri.
Thank you. Because I asked you the full name, you said, okay, so Shanmukha Ajay Kumar is the first name. And the last name is what?
Arumuri.
Arumuri. Shanmukha Ajay Kumar Arumuri is the full name. Yeah. When somebody asks you, what's your son's name, please, you have to give the, at least when the lawyer is asking, when there is a doubt about that, just give the full name. And when I asked you, you said Ajay, and then you said Shanmugha, then you said Shanmugha Ajay Kumar. Well, come on. Yeah. So,
okay, sorry, yeah.
In such a long name, though, if A is missing, I don't have a problem with it. He should be fine. Now, if it's only Ajay, which most people will keep Ajay as their first name though, A is missing, then I should have a problem. If it's Shanmuga Ajay Kumar, and that's just the first name of him, if A is missing, I'm fine with it. They should not, I'm not expecting a problem, okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
Shanmuka Ajay, in the AJ, A is missing. Oh, thank you so much. And you can go around, right? No need of.
Ajay Kumar, please. Can you spell
Yes, sorry.
the first
Yes.
Shanmuka Ajay Kumar, thank you. Thank you. Next person, please.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Okay. All right. Let's take our next caller, please. Okay. Caller with number ending in 4361. 4361, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing, Nitya?
No reason.
Hey, Rahul.
It's just the back and forth on the spelling of the name was just, you know, I was just like wondering that we are having such a hard time sort of figuring out the names. No wonder the guys at USCIS, their heads must be like scrambled with the kind of names that we have. So, you know, just a
Right.
Yeah. All right. Caller, sir, we're ready for you now. Sorry about that, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, Rahul. So, question is simple actually. So, sponsoring a B2 visa for my parents. So, my question, should I? So, I'm sponsored for the visa. So, should I be sending an I-134 to them, filled from here? This is my question.
It's not needed though. Just a letter is good enough. I-134 is not needed. Some people do send it. The consulate don't care about the I-134s anymore. It's not needed. They don't look into it. But some people do it. It's up to you if you want to send I-134. A simple letter. I'm inviting my parents to visit me. I'm in the United States for so long. I want my parents to visit so that they can see what the United States is. And while they're here, I might take them to Las Vegas or to Disney or something like that. That kind of, or they will attend some, whatever the functions and all those things. That's good enough. But if you want to put I-134, you can.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Anything else? Thank you. We'll go to the
That's
next
it.
person.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right, let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 8630. 8630, we're ready for you now. Hello? Caller with number ending in 8630. We're ready for you. Hello?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, hello.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello,
ma'am.
hi, Nitya Garu.
Hi. Go ahead, ma'am. We can hear you.
Hi, Rahul Garu.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead with the
Hello.
question. Tapkunda. Namaskaram. Go ahead. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Something got.
Okay, ma'am. Please call back in if you're watching this. Please call back in. We'll try to get you in next. Okay. Thank you. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Let's take our next caller. Caller with number ending in 5794. 5794. We're ready for you now. Hello.
Hello.
Caller with number ending in 5794. We're ready for you now.
Yeah. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. You're audible. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay. Yeah. First of all, hey Rahul, Nitya, thanks a lot for your dedication towards the community, and probably convey the same to Sita when you get to meet her.
Thank you, sir.
I have a quick and short question. During the citizenship filing, for someone married for 17 years and got divorced 9 months after getting green card, employment-based green card, will there be any problem?
Zero. Zip.
Zero, right? Thank you. I just wanted to get that clarification.
Sure.
Thanks a lot, guys.
No problem.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling us.
Nitya, I just want to elaborate the question a little bit. They got the green card on the basis of the employment based. Even if you're a primary applicant or even if you're a dependent, if they're divorced after 6 months or 9 months, they don't look into the marriage thing that closely though, because the marriage at the time of conception of the marriage should be genuine. At the time when they got the green card should be genuine. After that, if they get divorced though, it's not a problem. In the employment based, it's not a problem at all. Let's go with the caller.
Got it. Right.
Hello.
Give me 1 second, sir. Yes. Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello, ma'am. Hi.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Okay, cool. Hi, Rahul. I have one quick question. Like, my H1 expires in 1.5 year. So in order to file an amendment and extension, like, we can do it, is there any time limit for that? Like 6 months before or 1 year before like that, or we can file anytime?
If you are filing an extension, you can only do it within 180 days before it expires. You cannot do it before that. Okay. Now, if you are filing a amendment, though, there is no rule. You can do it like 2.5 years before. And at the time when you do the amendment, you can always file an extension also.
Okay, cool. So we can do it both at one time. All right.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nitya garu,
Sorry,
what-
Rahul garu. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I want to expand a little bit on this one. So
Go
what we're doing sometimes is that when we are actually wanting, nowadays H4 and EAD gets approved at the same time. So when if the spouse is an F1 visa, want to convert into H4 plus EAD, if they want the EAD to be faster though, we are filing the amendment plus extension as an excuse though, to get the H4 and EAD approved faster.
Okay.
Because if you file an extension, hey, you can only file the extension within 6 months. But for the amendment plus extension, there is no 6 months rule. You can file it. You can file it anytime. Okay. Thank you. We'll go to the next person.
One quick thing.
Go ahead, sir.
So if we file amendment and H4 EAD, does it take anything different there?
No difference. It will be approved along with your H1B. That's it.
Okay. All right.
All
The
right.
H4 and EAD will be approved along with the H1B. That's the crucial part of it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Rahul Gar, I'm just going to take a couple of questions from our live chat viewers on YouTube. Question from Sarita Nagesh says, got EB2 approval first time, but priority date currently only in EB3. Can I request EB3, I-140 and 485 now? If I-140 EB3 gets approved and I receive EAD, can I change job and later can new employer file the 485J in EB2?
They can, absolutely. Even though you have filed the 485 application in EB3 application, okay, with this particular company, when you move to a different company, you can still move on EB2 I-140 because your previous company has an EB2 I-140 approval. But there are two things that I want to make her sure though. When she's moving the job, two conditions need to be completed. EB3 I-140 must be approved.
Okay.
And it must be more than 180 days since the time she filed the 485 application. These two conditions are met. She can, when she puts a date, when she moves, when the new company files a 485J supplement, can the new company use the I-140 of EB2 instead of EB3, though she filed in EB3? The answer is simply yes, she can.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Thank you, sir. One other question. This is from Neeraj Kumar. It says, I'm planning to go for first time stamping after converting F1 to H1B in 2014, working in EVC model with employer less than 5 employees on client location for 3 years. Do you foresee any issue in stamping?
No, I'm fine. I'm not very comfortable with this guy. With only 5 employees, I'm not that comfortable, but I don't see anything wrong in it though.
Right,
I don't see anything wrong in it.
Got it.
I would give him a percentage rate of, normally I would give a percentage rate of 3 to 4%. For this guy, I will give it about 6 to 7% risk percentage.
Okay, got it. Also, question from Chanakya Bharat. Is your office seeing any faster advance parole approvals these days from the Texas Center?
We definitely, the timeline what they're giving is not right. They are approving it much faster than that one. I don't know why they keep that line. A timeline of like, I don't know, 12 or 17 months, something like that. They're approving in about 8 to 11 months right now.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Okay, caller with number ending in 9888. 9888. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello, Nityaji and Rahulji.
Hello, sir.
I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for taking my call. I have a quick question. So my H1B got picked up from my company this year, and I just submitted my documents to the attorney this Friday. I just wanted to ask, like, what is the process that ensues after that, and how much time does it usually take for the attorney to like package up the petition and file it to the USCIS?
Typically, the lawyers will take anywhere between, once the entire package is anywhere between 1 week, if the LCA is already approved, or maybe 3 weeks if the LCA has not been filed, somewhere around that time, 2 to 3 weeks. But depends on the lawyer, they may take you even a month's time. But since June 30th is a deadline though, you have to make sure that it's been filed before June 30th, because if you file on July 1st, they'll just reject it. So if you've submitted the documents, that's good. They should be able to file within 2 to 3 weeks from now, which is within June 30th.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Rahul, got a quick question for you. This is from Avinash Rauniya. He says, how long will it take for OPT processing? It's been more than 50 days, I guess, for him.
They're taking about 4 months right now for the OPT, 4 to 5 months. If somebody is impatient, they can do one thing, they can do premium processing right now.
Okay.
They can convert into premium processing right now.
All right. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller, Andy.
Especially if there's a job lined up, they don't want to wait, then they should spend that money.
Okay. All right. Caller with number ending in 1731. 1731. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, sir.
4 months.
Hello.
Right now for the
Hello?
Yeah.
Sir, thank you for calling in. Please go ahead with your question, sir.
Can I ask my question?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. I have H1 approved from my past employer, but I was not working for about 4 to 5 months after my H1 approval. And I went to India.
What were you doing?
And came back.
Okay.
Work as a controls engineer. And so I went to India and also came back. I got my new I-94 as well. So I'm planning to go for the second employer right now. I got an interview. So I don't have the pay slips if they ask me. So will what would be the visa transfer process would be?
They can. You may have to go to India. You may have to go to India to get the H1B activated. Since you don't have a pay stub from past 6 months, though, they may not approve the I-797A with the I-94 because they may say you did not maintain the legal status in the United States.
Okay. And the thing is, I got I-140 approved.
Okay. That doesn't make any difference between what we discussed.
Okay.
Everything will be okay. Thank you. We'll go to the next person, Andy.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. Okay. Caller with number ending in 0255. 0255. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Yeah. Hi, Rahul Reddy Garu. How are you?
Namaskaram, Andy. I'm doing good.
Namaskaram, Andy. I hope you are doing good, Andy. Naku oka chinna question undi. Actually, I am on H1 and my wife is on H4. Both our visas are expired in the passport in September 2022. And Nadi and my wife did the I-797 approve in 2025 varaku, May 2025 varaku, and we have Canada visas and tourist visas. So ఏంటంటే like next month 5th na మేము Canada trip plan చేసాము, me and my wife. and we have a US citizen kid, and June 27th, we will be returning back India. Is it okay? Do you see any issues?
When did you said your
any
passport? When did you said your passport is expiring or passport visa is expiring? Can you tell me
Visa,
both?
sir. Visa is expiring on passport. Visa expired on passport. Passport validity ఇద్దరికి ఇంకొక 10 years ఉంది.
Okay. And when you go to Canada, how long are you staying there?
25th స్టార్ట్ అవుతున్నాము, 27th రిటర్న్ అవుతున్నాము. సో 22 days ఉంటాం సార్ కెనడాలో.
Did you say 22 days?
Yes, sir. 22 days.
Absolutely not a problem. You guys can go to Canada and come back. It's called automatic revalidation. As long as your stay is less than 30 days. Don't come near the 30 days. 22 days is fine. 27 days is fine. 29 days, I get a little bit jittery. I don't calculate properly, so I never touch 30. So yes, with 22 days, you're absolutely not a problem for you to go and come back. Automatic revalidation. You don't need any visa to come back. And don't go from Canada to anywhere else. I mean, you can't go to Canada to India and come back to Canada and come back here, okay? But
Yes,
within
we are just
Canada,
going to
you
Canada
stay
and
you come back. Absolutely no problem, sir.
Yeah, any
Escape
tips
the
during
summer
the
heat of
immigration?
USA,
Like,
go to Canada. No, nothing
any
there.
tips
You
from,
just walk
any
in.
tips? Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you
No,
so much, sir.
nothing there.
Thank you
Nothing
so
there.
much.
You're good. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
This
so much for
guy's-
calling.
This guy is trying to escape the sun of the hot summer of USA.
I'm sure. But good luck, man. All right. A question for you, Rahul Garu. This is Sunil Reddy. He says, I'm on H4. I'm planning to go to India for a month. May I know chances of approving my H4 visa at the consulate? I know I'm not eligible for Dropbox.
Why is he not eligible for Dropbox? Everybody's eligible for Dropbox, so I'm a bit worried about it. I mean, even if he has never been on H4, though, people are eligible for Dropbox until December 31st of 2023. So that he's not eligible for Dropbox. Does it mean he's involved in criminal activity? Seems that there is some confusion. But if you're never on H4, you're going for H4 right now, you're eligible for Dropbox. But if there is something else that we don't know about it, then you should consult a lawyer before you go. But if you're just a Tom, Dick, and Harry, normal person, just going for H4, you are an F1 here, or you were an H1 here, now you're going for H4 there. I don't see any problem, none whatsoever at all, for you to get the H4 approval.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Okay. Another question for you. This is from Naveen Tolu. Says, currently I'm on OPT working for employer A and employer B started my perm processing. Is this case possible? Can employer B start my GC as future employment?
Absolutely, they can. There's a lot of presumption that you must be having an H-1B. You must be in United States. You must be working for that company to file the perm green card. Everything is a false. You don't have to be working for the company to file for the green card. You don't have to be an H-1B. You don't have to be in United States. You can be an H-4. You can be an H-1. You can be an F-1. You can be in India. And you don't have to be working for the company to file for the green card application.
Got it. So just a quick update from Sunil Reddy, the previous person who asked a question about going for H4 and not being able to be eligible for Dropbox. He says, by first visa, I believe he got his first visa in New Zealand. Does that make a difference?
That makes a difference. Yeah, okay. That makes a difference. He's not eligible for Dropbox.
Okay, got it. Awesome. Thank you, sir.
But I don't see any problem in his getting the H4 approval because his first visa is approved in New Zealand and second, he's going to India. He's not eligible for Dropbox, but I don't see any problem in him getting the H4 approval.
Got it. Thank you, sir. All right. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Okay, caller with number ending in 2082. 2082, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello, ma'am. Yes, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead. Thanks for calling in. Go ahead, sir.
Yes. Hello, sir. I'm calling from New Jersey. Just a question regarding Perm. So, if after receiving, if the applicant is outside US after receiving Perm and I-140, do we need to get it stamped, or can we come back without the stamping? The other question is.
Can you repeat the question? When you can repeat the question, I didn't pay the attention.
Do we need to get the visa stamped after receiving I-140, or can I just re-enter with the I-797?
An I-140 approval is not a visa. You can't enter an I-140 approval. You still need a visa to come back from India.
Oh, okay. So once we leave US, my 6 years is ending. So say I have to leave US and go to India, and then the Perm gets approved.
And I-140 gets approved. And I-140 gets approved. You still need a H-1B approval.
I-140.
You still need to, you still need to go to the consulate. You still need the H-1B approval stamp in the passport to come back into United States. You can't just use an I-140 approval and say, hey, here you go. I come into United States. I have an I-140 approval. No, you can't do that.
Okay. What if I'm in US and my Perm gets approved, but I don't have time to file for I-140 and H-1B? Can I still stay in US and apply for those, or should I leave the country?
But when is your H-1B expiring though?
End of August.
So if by end of August you don't have the I-140 approval and you don't file the extension of the H-1B because you don't have an I-140 approval, you have to leave the country by end of August. There are other things what you can do. If you're eligible for H4, you can apply for H4, or you can apply for B2. That's another option that you can think about it. But you cannot stay in the country after August of 2023. Just because you have a Perm approval, you cannot stay.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, sir. So
thank you.
Even if the Perm is approved, wait for I-140 and H-1B approval. Only then you can come back to US.
Yes. Yes. I will tell you. I will tell you a simple formula to you. Okay. The labor and I-140 will not allow you to stay in the country. They will not allow you by themselves. They won't. You must have the H-1B extension filed before your current H-1B expires, which is August of 2023, or move to a different visa. Just like the same way, your I-140 and Perm will not allow you to come back into the country. You still need the H-1B approval. So just ignore the I-140. You need a H-1B to stay in the country. To extend the H-1B, you need an I-140. But I-140 automatically does not extend the H-1B. We'll go to the next person.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So is it better to leave the country before my current H-1B expires, like before August?
You may want to consider, but it's not an easy answer. Is it better? Because I don't know how your company is going to act. Will they allow you to work when you're in India? That's one thing that you can look into. Second thing is that, what if your company, when you leave India, they say, forget it, this guy is gone. I have replaced with somebody else. Now I don't need this guy's I-140. It all depends on it. You may want to have a personal consultation with a lawyer to go through, is B2 a better option? Because B2, you cannot continue working with the company, but you can stay in United States. By going outside the country, you can continue working, but it depends on the company. Will they allow you to work? The main important thing is that to make sure that you have the continuous labor and I-140 process, will they do it if you are in B2 or if you are outside the country? Will they do it? That will be the more crucial thing. We'll go to the next call.
Okay.
Okay,
All right,
thank you,
thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for calling, sir. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Okay.
But you can stay in your
Caller with number
H-
ending in 1470. 1470, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Hi, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, hi, Rahul. I have a question. Currently, I'm in adjustment of status. I'm working with employer A and B. My employer A has supported for filing adjustment of status. Employer A is a consulting company with 20 employees, and employer B is a big MNC. Now my case is scheduled for interview. So the thing was, I'm suspecting, I'm not sure, like employer A has done the multiple filings this year. Like now I got a interview notice, like I have both I-485Js from both employers. Like should I go with the employer A or should I go with the employer B?
I'll go with employer B. I'll go with employer B.
Okay.
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 This multiple filings.
Yeah.
I'll go with employer B. Now, the question is that since the time you filed the I-485, you never work with company A. It's not a matter. The matter is that the job offer was open for you for more than 180 days since the time the I-485 has been filed. That's good enough for you to get the green card. The reason I will go with the I-485J with a new employer, which is an MNC, is because of this multiple filings. Because this multiple filings may affect a lot of companies.
Okay. Although my H1B, I'm with a company A in H1B 2018. So it doesn't matter, like 2018, there is no multiple filings, right?
Did you got the H1B lottery in 2018?
Yes, I got the H1B lottery with the company A, and I got a I-140 with the company A, and company A has filed for adjustment of status.
What is your priority date?
I belongs to rest of the world category. Cross chargeability.
Okay, that's also okay. Sounds good. Yeah, 2018 there was no multiple filings at that point of time, but still I would recommend that you go with the MNC's I-485J.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Rahul. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller.
Nitya Garu, before we go to the next caller, I want to elaborate on this multiple filings and the way it's happening. Is that
yes?
There is a principle in Telugu Andi that తాటి చెట్టు కింద కూర్చొని పాలు తాగినా కళ్ళు తాగినట్టే అనుకుంటాడు జనాలు. Because the milk and kallu, they are in the same color and you're sitting under the tree of toddy. So people will assume that you're actually drinking toddy. And this guy has the habit of drinking toddy. He wants to get away with it. So he wants to drink milk at the same time when he wants to. So the issue, what problem is coming with a lot of the genuine people like this 2018 people is that his H-1B is filed properly. Everything is fine. He didn't do the multiple filings. But if the company does the multiple filings, though, it affects the entire employees, though.
Right.
And that becomes a problem for everybody, not just for the people whom they filed the multiple, because this guy is 2018. There was no multiple filings of 2018. He was working for the company. So practically, I mean, if there was anything, there was very little, 1 or 2% at that point of time, not like 70% right now or 60% right now. Definitely it may affect people though. So all the people, if your company has filed a multiple filings, so it may affect you, even though you're not working for the company though, it may affect you though. So please check with your companies. If they have filed a multiple, then if they did, you should check with a lawyer and speak what are the alternatives available to protect yourself.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense, sir. Thank you so much for that. All right, let's take our next caller. Caller with number ending in 9384. 9384, we're ready for you now. Hello? So *6 Andy to unmute your line.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Hi, Rahul sir, I have a question for you. I am on H-1B right now with 13 years in US. My current employer had filed I-485 last year in September. At this point I have advanced parole and EAD, and I am planning to go to India in July. Now my question is that a new employer is looking to transfer H-1B, around that same time frame when I will be going to India. So I wanted to ask you this question, that in order for the new employer to file H-1B transfer, do I need to be in US, or can they do it even if I am in India?
No, you need to be in US for them to file the transfer. Just have them hold it until you come back and then file it.
Okay, and if I plan to join that company before my India trip, then in order to use advanced parole, along with H-1B transfer, do they also need to file I-485J so I can use the advanced parole, or I can use advanced parole without I-485J?
Without I-485J, you can still use advanced parole. Not a problem.
Okay, but the recommended approach is that I should come back to US first and then they can file H-1B transfer. Is that
that would be ideal?
Recommend?
That would be ideal, or get the H-1B transfer approval and then go outside the country and come back in. Either of those things. But while you're outside the country, filing a transfer is not advisable at all.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. That's the question. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, sir. All right. Before we take our next caller, Rahul Garu, I have a quick question for you. This is from MC Ramachandra Reddy. Says, I'm planning to start my Perm I-140 process while on F1 OPT. Would it have any implications if I join a day one CPT program in the future due to not getting picked in the H-1B in the next 2 attempts?
As long as you're not going for any H-1B F1 stamping outside the country, though, you moving into a different university is not a problem at all. Not a problem, even if you 40 approval, not at all a problem.
But he's asking about a day one CPT program.
I just said, yeah, it's a good question. The way I answered is a little bit smart way. And you're cross-examining me to get the correct answer. I said if he moves to the different university, the I-140, it's not a problem. The reason why I avoided the answer of the day one CPT is we don't endorse day one CPT universities, though. Right. We don't consider them as legal universities. Here is the reason, Nitya Garu, why we don't consider. Think of this thing. If some university says that, even a lawyer can get into MS in computer science. Come on. They don't have to write the GRE. They don't have to write ILS. You can directly come from India all the way to do the MS in computer science. And when does the college start? Whenever you want it to start, sir. The college will start. Oh, can you start it in February 1st? Yes. February 1st we will start it. No, can you move it to March 1st? Okay, we'll move it to March 1st. How about March 15th? Okay, March 15th. Then they say that in the entire year, you only need to come for 5 days or 6 days for the entire year to complete a course. Wow. That looks like a Sikkim University or something like that. Now, Sikkim University definitely has much better things than this one, though. They don't start at any time. There is a standard for them to get admission. So, yeah, it definitely is fraud according to us. And that's the reason we don't endorse the day one CPT university. Yes. Having told that, I understand that people are choosing to go to day one CPT. There are tens of thousands of people who are choosing it. The reason why we tell these things is because we are lawyers. We have to say, we told multiple filings are wrong. From the beginning, we told it. I mean, of course, there are other lawyers that said, no, you can do multiple filings. There's nothing wrong. There's no genuine job opportunity. Now, some of these lawyers are getting prosecuted. They are getting prosecuted. There is one lawyer who filed 100 H-1Bs with one company. The same 100 H-1Bs he filed with 7 different companies, though.
Okay.
And he's a good possibility he will go to jail because you should have known. I mean, Can you not know these are not genuine applications when you're filing 100 with 7 different companies? I understand, for a big law firm like that, maybe 1, 2 applications might have skipped out. For any law firm, that's 100 with the same company, same people filing for 7 different companies, and you are just a small solo law firm anyway. And definitely, so in the day one CPTs also, though, we've been from the beginning telling that thing. We don't consider them to be legal. Now, we do understand why people go there, but I will also tell you the risk percentage, though. When in the Trump administration, the risk percentage was very high for the day one CPT conversion to the H-1B. But since the time of the COVID and afterwards, we've been seeing that the immigration has been a little bit more liberal in the day one CPTs, though. But I don't know what the long-term effect will be. Could they come after and then remove all these people like the way they're doing for multiple filings? They can. They can.
Because I remember the very first episode that we did on TVAsia's, like with me as well, was, the deportation of like over 5,000 students who are in like these day one.
The 5,000 people actually were not on the day one CPT though. But I have to acknowledge that there are some people, the day one CPT people, were not allowed to come into the United States. That's different. The 5,000 people were actually for a company called Integra Solutions.
Okay.
And also called Aztec Solution. I want to remind people about that, is that how these fraudulent things affect in the long run when you don't realize it. So there was a company called Integra Solution though. So what they used to say is that, look, buddy, Nitya, you want an OPT, you want an employment, you want a job without a pay, but pay me $300. I'll give you a letter. You show it to your DSO, and that will satisfy the employment requirement for you. These guys issued 5,000 plus letters for the people by charging anywhere between $300 to about $3,000. And these employees never went to the company. This was pre-COVID. The company was operating from India. When the phone call rings, I don't know why they didn't realize that it was ringing in India. And also, nobody checked the address of the company. It's a massage parlor in Connecticut or somewhere like that. And all of a sudden, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement releases on the website that's saying that the top employer is Amazon. Okay, fine, Amazon is top. Number 2 is Integra. Oops, what is Integra? We never heard of Integra. Number 3 is Microsoft. Number 4 is Apple. Number 5 is Aztec. And when you check both Integra and Aztec address, they both are the same address. They both have the same guy who's signing the signature called Chakrabarti. His last name is Chakrabarti. And when I looked into the offer letter that these people have given, you can see the page size is longer. And in India, they use comma, like our address is 11,000 Richmond Avenue. We don't put any comma. 11,000 Richmond Avenue, we put comma and suite 600. Okay, that's how we use it. Now in India, after 11,000, they put a comma. These people are operating from India. They operate in the same way. And so those are the 5,000 people though. I would not the day one CPT people or not the 5,000 people who got deported. Of course, there are some isolated incidents when they were trying to enter into day one CPT. But 5,000 people are the people who got fraudulent letters. Just want to remind you about it.
But it was just one of those day one CPT references that kind of brought it on. Yeah. But thank you, sir, for that. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Okay, caller with number ending in 3344. Nice number. 3344. We're ready for you now. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead, sir.
Oh, okay. Hi. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support, Rahul Garu and Nitya Garu.
Sure.
I have a quick question. I have a visa stamping from Company A, but that is valid until 2024 February. But I recently moved to Company B. Just wanted to check. I know you mentioned this before that I can travel on the same visa. I don't have to go for stamping. Just wanted to check if there is anything I need to be aware when the officer asks me at the port of entry.
You have to make sure that you show the 797 of the company B, and you have to tell the officer that you would be working for company B, not company A. Okay. Not only that, once you enter into United States, check the I-94. Is it reflecting based on the I-797 of the company B, or is it reflecting the passport stamping? For example, if the company B's H-1B is expiring in 2025, but your passport stamping is expiring in 2024, your I-94 should expire in 2025, not 2024. And don't call us in 2025 saying, Rahul, I followed it, but my I-94 expired. Now I am illegally present in this country. You should check the I-94 immediately as soon as you come into the country. If there is any problem, though, we can fix it. We can fix it. Not a big deal. But these 3 steps, make sure you show them the 797 approval of the company B, mention to the officer you're working for company B, and once you come into, you make sure I-94 is reflecting based on the company B's I-797. If you follow these 3 steps, you are in good shape.
Okay, thank you.
The next call, right?
So there will be no questions. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
There'll be questions. Yeah, there'll be questions whether you're. There may be questions whether you're really working for the company. Do you have a pay stubs? Those are normal questions. They can always ask, but you will be able to answer them quickly. We'll go to the next question.
Got it, sir. Just one other quick question I had was there was this mention of getting your H-1B stamping and stuff done in the US itself. Has there been any update on that front?
Good question. Good question, Nitya Garu. They haven't updated it. We're expecting it by end of this year. Year for us is September 30th, so we may be expecting anytime soon.
Okay. And sir, one other thing, why is it that when we get an H-1B approval or an H-1B extension approval, why do they necessitate this requirement for stamping as such? Why is it even necessary? Because the very fact that they're approving itself should mean that, you are okay to go, right?
Right. It's a little bit complicated. For example, let's say, we get a H-1B approval. If the person is illegally in United States for the past 10 years, can they get the H-1B approval? The answer is actually yes, they can. The USCIS, if you are telling them to do the consular processing, they don't check whether the person is in legal status or not. And in the H-1B application, there is no column, have you ever committed any crimes? So for example, the guy who committed 10 murders, serial killer, and he applies for the H-1B now, he gets the H-1B. He can get the H-1B, he can get the H-1B approval. Then the consulate will ask all these questions, whether this guy is a criminal or not. So there are certain roles that the consulate need to do it. There are certain roles the USCIS needs. Yeah, sometimes the consulates, the consulate take into their own hands when decide the entire H-1B again, that's a different issue. But yeah, it's a bit complex. That's how the system. There are many different agencies within the Department of Homeland Security. One is the USCIS, one is the consulate, one is the CBP, Customs and Border Protection. All 3 people have their own authority to deny admission or to deny their own things.
Makes sense. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that, sir. All right. For all those who are watching, unfortunately, we're as always all out of time today as well. Sorry for we've taken as many people we could on the live chat as well as our callers as well. But our time always seems to run faster when we're on this show for some reason. Rahul Garu, thank you so much, Andy, for always, being a pillar of support to this community. We really appreciate it. And to all our viewers, we'll be back same time, same place next week, next Sunday. So until then, have a great week and we'll see you all next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సర్దాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా? మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन साहब का खेल।
Download AHA now.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్, $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం బడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి 3rd యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TvAsiaTelugu. మీ అందరికీ 3rd యానివర్సరీ శుభాకాంక్షలు.